I make over $500 with one single activity book for kids in my Shopify store. So imagine if you had 6 activity books in your store that made $500 a month, you could have a full-time income. Today I'm going to show you how to make super easy mazes and how you can put a maze book together in like 5 minutes. Then you can sell these books on Amazon KDP, Etsy, or Shopify. This quick and easy process that I'm going to show you will help you get a bunch of listings up so that you can start making passive income a lot faster, and it doesn't take you forever to get a book together. In my experience, maze puzzle books for kids sell really well, especially if you make them for a holiday or a season. If you make general maze books, there's going to be a lot of competition. You have to kind of narrow down and make it a little more specific to be able to not get lost in the search results and for people to find exactly what they're looking for in your book. So let's head over to my computer and I'll show you exactly how to do this. So I'm here on BookBolt. If you've never used BookBolt before, there's a link in the description. You can get a 3-day trial for free. There's also a 20% off coupon that will last the whole entire time that you have a subscription if you decide to start paying. So the first thing I want to do is find the best type of maze book that we can make so that we can get found. So I'm going to go to the keywords and then search. So St. Patrick's Day is coming up, so I'm going to try St. Patrick's Day mazes and see if that is a good keyword for my maze book. So look through the keywords down here and see if anything stands out to you. So there's St. Patrick's Day book here, which has high competition, so that's not great. Plus, that's not really specific enough. We're going to make a maze book. So St. Patrick's Day mazes has 1,034 search volume per month on Amazon. Now, here's the thing with these search volumes, though. These are usually averages of all the months. So, of course, during the months of like February and March, the search volume is probably way higher for something like this. And then the rest of the year, it's not much. So keep that in mind with the seasonal ones too, that they're not always gonna be selling like hotcakes, but during those seasons, you'll sell so many that it'll be totally worth it. So then St. Patrick's Day Mazes book is also another one, so you can use that as well. It has a little higher search volume. You could also consider St. Patrick's Day activity books. So you can see this one says low competition, and then this one says no data. So we can't necessarily go off of that, but this one right here would indicate that it's a good search term. But I'm just going to go check on Amazon and make sure that it really is a good search term for me to use. You don't ever want to create a book without doing some research to see what the competition is, because if there's a ton of search results, you're just going to get lost way on pages, hundreds or thousands from the top. So, it's not really worth it. So this says it has 893 results for St. Patrick's Day mazes. So that is a really good keyword to use. So now I've solidified that this is what I want to make. So now I want to go into the design tool. So I'm going to go up here to research and I'm going to go to create. And I want to go to BookBolt Studio. So another thing you can look at here is, so this one has 100 mazes with 3 difficulty levels. So this one's 65 pages. Then this way you know how many pages would be a good amount for your book so that you can compete with the rest of these. So it looks like between 65 and 100 would be good. And you can charge anywhere from $5.99 up to $8.99, it looks like, is what other people are charging. But of course, you can charge whatever you want. So I'm going to go up here to project and choose a new project. And then paperback cover and interior is what I want. And then we'll call this St. Patrick's Day maze. So select the size of book that you want to do. So I'm going to do a 6x9 for this one, I think. You can also check and see what other people are doing and see what seems to be selling. So we'll do a black and white interior with white paper, or if you want, you can do a color interior. But keep in mind, if you use color ink, it will cost you more for the book on Amazon. So just depends what you want to do. We could make this like a coloring book, coloring pages, along with the mazes if we want to. So we'll do black and white, and then let's make it 100 pages. Okay, so we have our cover here, so we can quickly design the cover by adding some images. You can either upload your own images here, or you can just grab something from Pixabay or Unsplash. So let's see what we can find. So I'm going to choose this one, and then I can just size it to fit the page. I'm going to stretch this so it fits both sides. You could do the sides separately if you want to. Just keep in mind right here, you might have a seam, so you might need to put something else there to cover that up. And then I'm also going to go in and grab some cute images like leprechauns. Now, once I have all my mazes, I'm going to grab one of those and put it on the cover here too. So I'll just kind of design this, and then we'll go back and add that at the end. So I'm going to add some text. Okay, so I need to make these letters smaller so that they fit. And just keep in mind all these lines right here are the lines that you need to stay within when you're designing so that you make sure nothing gets cut off. So I want the mazes part to be bigger than the St. Patrick's Day. And you can change the font up here. And if you have fonts that you want to upload, you can do that right here under My Fonts. Now, you guys, I am not like super awesome at designing the covers. I haven't been doing KDP for that long. So this is kind of something that you have to just play around with and learn as you go. And then if you want to change the color of anything, you can right up here with the little square. So I'm just going to leave that like that so we're not here all day messing around with this. And then, like I said, I'm going to add a maze in here afterwards. So let's go ahead and get our mazes going. So I'm going to go right here. This is the page templates. And I'm going to scroll down, and there are a bunch of different kind of puzzles here. So I'm just going to find the mazes. So they have all these different shaped ones, which is really cool. So that you can put all different kinds into your book. So I'm going to start with the round one. So you choose the pages that you want to put these on. So if you wanted to do different kinds of mazes and you wanted to kind of mix them up, you could choose like page 1 and then like page 7 and just kind of like randomly spread them out within the book. Or you can just choose all of them. Okay, so the stroke width is going to be how big the lines are in your maze. So like if you were doing these for really young kids, you could make that wider so that it's easier for them to stay in the lines. I'm going to change this to black just because I like that. I like how that looks. And then the cells count is going to be basically how big your maze is. So if you increase this, it's going to be a bigger maze, and if you decrease it, it's going to be a smaller maze. So we're going to do one template per page, and then click submit. So you can see if I scroll down here, the ones that I selected have one of these mazes on it. and each maze is different. So I did check that and make sure that they're different when I first tried this, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't putting the same maze on every page. So you can see how small this is. So this is a lot. This would be more difficult for like older kids. So you can move this down if you want. So you could put like a picture or some text at the top. You might want to make this a little smaller because it's not within the lines. So let's add some text. We'll do circular on this one since it's a circular puzzle. Now you can make this arch less just by going to circular up here and then reduce the radius, and it'll make it not as drastic. Okay, so if you want to change the text here, you go to edit text right in the left-hand corner up here, and then you can change what it says. And then let's see if we can find like a cute coloring graphic. Here's a 4-leaf clover we could put on there. So we'll use this little thing up here to kind of turn it around. And then I'm just sizing it down to fit. You could put more than one if you wanted. So obviously you don't have to do all of this, the St. Patrick's Day maze and the shamrock. You could just have the maze on each page and that would be good enough. It's entirely up to you how you want to design your book. So I'm going to go ahead and add one of the other kinds of mazes just to show you. I think these honeycomb ones are really cool, so let's add that. So I'm just going to add that on the pages after these. And then I'll increase the cell count on this one too. Another cute thing that you could do for this is to put something at the beginning and at the end of the maze so that they see where to come out. So let's grab a couple of images. So this guy's kind of creepy, but I'm going to use him anyway just for the example. So you could put him up at the top. We can grab that 4-leaf clover from the other one, just copy that, and then go back down to our other page and paste that. So then that adds the St. Patrick's Day elements to the pages. Like I said, you don't have to do all of this, but if you want your book to stand out from the other ones, you can do this kind of thing. So now we need to add our maze to the cover here. So I'm just going to grab one of these. I'll just grab the one from the first page. So I'm just going to right click on it and copy that. And then I'm going to go back up to my cover, right click again and paste. So this doesn't have a background on it and I want to put a white background. So I'm going to go right here to elements and grab a circle. And I'm going to change the color to white up here in the left corner. And then I'll just size it to the same size. And then I want that one to be toward the back. So over here on the side here, I'm going to take the circle and I'm going to put it below the circular maze. Now I want to bring the leprechaun to the front. So I'm going to grab that one and just put it at the top. And then that moves him to the front. I'm going to move the maze over just a little bit. Now another thing you can do is you can copy some of these pages and put them on the back side of the book. I'm not going to do that because this isn't a low content book, so it's actually going to have the look inside feature, so we don't really need to put anything on the back side unless you want to. So now when you're all done, say we have all the pages filled in, which we don't yet, but I just want to show you how to download. So you can go to download current project, CMYK for printed books. That's the one you want. And then this is going to download into a zip file on your computer. And then you can upload it into KDP, or you can use it in your Shopify or your Etsy store. So I always add my books to KDP, and then I also put them in my Etsy store and my Shopify store because people shop differently on all of these different platforms. So you never know, it could take off on one platform and not so much on the others. It could take off on all of them, and then you're really going to be doing well. So just keep that in mind. If you have all of those shops, you may as well put your books on all of them. And I did confirm with BookBolt that you can use these books outside of Amazon. I wanted to make sure that it was okay to make them a printable version on Etsy or something like that. So I did contact them and they said, yes, that's fine. You can use them wherever you want to sell them. If you want to learn how to make other puzzle books, be sure to check out this video right here where I show you how to make word searches really, really quick and easily. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you and have a wonderful day.